At IBM, we define AI as anything that makes machines act more intelligently. We like to think of AI as augmented intelligence. We believe that AI should not attempt to replace human experts, but rather extend human capabilities and accomplish tasks that neither humans nor machines could do on their own. The internet has given us access to more information faster. Distributed computing and IoT have led to massive amounts of data, and social networking has encouraged most of that data to be unstructured. With augmented intelligence, we are putting information that subject matter experts need at their fingertips, and backing it with evidence so they can make informed decisions. We want experts to scale their capabilities and let the machines do the time-consuming work. How do we define intelligence? Human beings have innate intelligence, defined as the intelligence that governs every activity in our body. This intelligence is what causes an oak tree to grow out of a little seed and an elephant to form from a single-celled organism. How does AI learn? The only innate intelligence machines have is what we give them. We provide machines the ability to examine examples and create machine learning models based on the inputs and desired outputs. And we do this in different ways, such as supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning, about which you will learn in more detail in subsequent lessons. Based on strength, breadth, and application, AI can be described in different ways. Weak or narrow AI is AI that is applied to a specific domain. For example, language translators, virtual assistants, self-driving cars, AI-powered web searches, recommendation engines, and intelligent spam filters. Applied AI can perform specific tasks but not learn new ones, making decisions based on programmed algorithms and training data. Strong AI, or generalized AI, is AI that can interact and operate a wide variety of independent and unrelated tasks. It can learn new tasks to solve new problems, and it does this by teaching itself new strategies. Generalized intelligence is the combination of many AI strategies that learn from experience and can perform at a human level of intelligence. Super AI, or conscious AI, is AI with human-level consciousness, which would require it to be self-aware. Because we are not yet able to adequately define what consciousness is, it's unlikely that we will be able to create a conscious AI in the near future. AI is the fusion of many fields of study. Computer science and electrical engineering determine how AI is implemented in software and hardware. Mathematics and statistics determine viable models and measure performance. Because AI is modeled on how we believe the brain works, psychology and linguistics play an essential role in understanding how AI might work, and philosophy provides guidance on intelligence and ethical considerations. While the science fiction version of AI may be a distant possibility, we already see more and more AI involved in the decisions we make every day. Over the years, AI has proven to be useful in different domains, impacting the lives of people and our society in meaningful ways.
There's a lot of talk about artificial intelligence these days. How do you define, or what does AI mean for you?
There is a lot of talk and there's a lot of definitions for what artificial intelligence is. So one of them is about teaching the machines to learn and act and think as humans would. Another one, another dimension is really about how do we get the machines to, how do we impart more of a cognitive capabilities on the machines and sensory capabilities. So it's about analyzing images and videos. It's about natural language processing and understanding speech. It's, it's about pattern recognition and so on and so forth. So, the third axis is more around creating a technology that's able to, in some cases, replace what humans do. I'd like to think of this augmented what humans do. To me personally, the most important part of definition for artificial intelligence is about imparting the ability to think and learn on the machines. To me, that's what defines artificial intelligence.
AI is the application of computing to solve problems in an intelligent way using algorithms. And so what is an intelligent way? Well, an intelligent way may be something that mimics human intelligence, or it may be a purely computational approach, an optimization approach, but something that manipulates data in a way to get non-obvious results out, I think is what I would classify as being artificially intelligent.
I would define AI as a tool that uses a computer to complete a task automatically with very little to no human intervention.
To me, AI is really a complex series of layers of algorithms that do something with the information that's coming into it.
Artificial intelligence is a set of technologies that allows us to extract knowledge from data. So it's any kind of system that learns or understands patterns within that data and can identify them and then reproduce them on new information.
Artificial intelligence is not the kind of simulating human intelligence that people think it is. It's really not about intelligence at all. But I think another word that describes AI more accurately today is machine learning. And the reason I say that is because machine learning technology is all about using essentially mathematics on computers in order to find patterns in data. Now, this data can be structured or unstructured, and the only difference between machine learning and the technologies that came before it is instead of us as humans having to manually hard code these patterns and these conditions into computers, they're able to find these patterns on their own by using math. That's really the only difference here. So what I'd say artificial intelligence is it's a set of mathematical algorithms that enable us to have computers find very deep and patterns that we may not have even known exist without us having to hard code them manually.
Hi, Tanmay. Welcome. And tell us, how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Great. And how did you get started in technology and AI?
Sure. So I've been working with technology for over 10 years now. It all started back when I was around 5 years old because my dad used to work as a computer programmer. And watching him program almost all day was so fascinating to me that I really wanted to find out more. I wanted to find out how computers could do really anything that they did, whether that be displaying my name on the screen or adding two numbers or really anything of that sort. It was like magic to me at that age. And so my dad introduced me to the world of programming, and I had been working with code. I submitted my first iOS application and more. But when I was around 10 years old, I started to feel like technology wasn't as fun as it used to be for me. You know, technology wasn't as exciting as it used to be for one simple reason. It's because technology was very rigid. You code something in and it immediately starts to become obsolete. It never adapts. It never changes to new data, new users, new circumstances they create. But when I was 11 years old, I actually stumbled upon a documentary on IBM Watson playing and winning the Jeopardy game show back in 2011. And so, of course, that immediately fascinated me as to how a computer can play Jeopardy. And so I went ahead, did a little bit more research, found out that IBM provides Watson's individual components as APIs on the cloud. I did a little bit more research, started to create my very first sort of cognitive applications, and I also created tutorials on my YouTube channel on how others can also leverage the IBM Watson APIs. And so really ever since I was 11 years old, I've been working with machine learning technology through numerous different services like IBM Watson.
That's awesome. So what does AI mean for you?
Now, really what AI means to me, before I get to that, before I can explain what AI is to me, I think it's first important to understand really what others like to think of AI as. Now, a lot of people have this very sort of split, this sort of very sort of bipolar response to machine learning, or AI, as people call it. Some people are like, yes, this is the greatest technology of all time. And some people are like, this will be the downfall of humanity. And I'd say that neither of those responses would be correct. And the reason I say that is because machine learning technology is technology. It's very advanced technology. It helps us do things that we never could have done before. But it's just that. It's technology. And artificial intelligence and machine learning is something that people have been working on mathematically since even before computers were a thing. Machine learning technology is not new at all. In fact, it's existed, the very fundamentals at least, for many decades before I was even born. But the thing is, machine learning technology, or at least, for example, the basic perceptron and these sorts of mathematical techniques have existed since even before computers or calculators became popular. And so when we were creating these sorts of machine learning concepts and AI, and we started to create literature and movies on the future of technology and computers, we barely had any idea of not only where technology would go in the future, but also what technology really is. And because of that, people have this very common misconception of artificial intelligence being the human mind within a computer, the human intelligence simulated wholly within a computer. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. Machine learning, or AI, is not simulating a human mind. But what it does try and do is it tries to open up new doors for computers. It tries to enable computers to understand certain kinds of data that they couldn't have understood before. So, like, for example, if you take a look at what we as humans are so special at, the fact that we can understand natural language. In fact, we are the only animal to have such a complex ability of being able to communicate in natural language. Even if there's something that I have not directly witnessed or seen or heard evidence for, I can still describe that imaginative concept to you. That is actually really wonderful. And we're also great at understanding raw auditory data. I mean, imagine your brain is actually taking vibrations of air molecules and converting that to thoughts. That's really amazing. And you're also great at processing visual data. Like when you look at someone's face, the fact that you can instantly recognize them. When you look at someone's eyes, you can tell exactly where they're looking. That's really an amazing ability. And these are things that computers cannot do because they are fundamentally limited to mathematics. They can only understand numbers and mathematical operations. But by using machine learning technology, you can actually take these mathematics and use them to understand patterns in vast amounts of both structured and unstructured human data. The only difference here is that before, we as humans would manually construct these patterns and these conditions, whereas now it's done automatically for us, at least mostly automatically, by techniques like gradient descent and calculus. So machine learning technology is a more accurate term for what AI really is today and will be in the future. And of course, artificial intelligence isn't meant to replace us, because on a fundamental level, it is a completely different thing than a human brain.